Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Let's start to play some Blitz games here. Hello Submax videos. Yes, I know even Chess.com is reminding about that World Cup final. Uh, who against whom are gonna play? For sure, I think I'm not seeing that. I don't know. I think Magnus Alreza, Tennis, Lazovic and Hikaru, right? Can Magnus be in first place or not? Magnus was tennis. Alright. Can Magnus be first place there? I think Magnus will win that. Knight a5 a little bit unexpected. Takes, I will take that, okay? BHB, what it means. Alright, that's castle and even f4, f5 I can go. Okay, bishop f4 I will get pin, bishop a3 is very simple one. So even in this position I'm protecting from some queen b6 and after f4 that should be a little bit weakness. That's why bishop e3 is important one. And e5 he will block, just f5 he will block from e5. I don't know. Alright bro, I got that. No problem. And now e5 just even we can suck the pawn for open this 5. Let's see. Right, bishop takes, knight f5. I think even pawn takes it. Alright, bishop takes mate. Great first game there. Alright, let's play another one. He needed to take with a pawn knight f5 and game could continue there. Alright, let's play this Scandinavian opening here. Does knight f6 don't play c4 as white pieces? Okay, and then c6 is a move that I like to play that. Because, you can bring the queen back if some bishop d2 moves. Alright, this is coming. His take. Okay, h5 is a move that he would like to play, but I would like to open this h file for Maroc because I'm gonna try to work on this queen side. This centers actually. Okay, already is trying to bring a tag. h5 is still protected. Let's bring another protector. Okay, nothing is hang. He can trade the bishops and fork my rooks, okay? If I take... Don't know. How can we protect this square there? e5 takes... I don't know, queen can't come. Knight e5 can't work. h6, okay, nothing won't work. I think rook e8 even. Okay, we're losing a pawn, but some rook f8 move will be here. Just I'm trying a little bit risky to open that f file. Alright, he can't castle. I think still he can't castle on queenside. That should be tricky one, He needed 3 moves for that, and kingside is a little bit unguarded from him. So I don't know. I can't sack the queen here. Alright, sack the queen, pawn takes. I will take the rook and then the queen, okay? But actually his knight is protecting that. Can we pressure the knight and force it to go back or not? I'm threatening to take, and my rook should be really great here. Then, if knight weren't protect, I could take that. Alright, castle. Still everything guarded. Horrific, John. Love Achberes, du wants. I'm taking his queen is being active. Knight d4 won't work, knight h7. It's probably knight h7, this pawn is guarded, so I don't like to take. Even e4 won't be bad. Bishop back, I will take this, okay? No, this pawn isn't guarded. I'm attacking with too much pieces. I would like to bring the queen and submit threat from the h5. No, that's can seem just normal normal development, but this h file can be really tricky one. So from h2 mate will be almost unstoppable. Okay, couldn't save the knight, so he's giving me advantage to bring the queen and have this mate threat. So now we need to be sure some rook e1 and, you know, don't blunder that rook on e8 there. I can check rook f2 and bring the bishop, okay? I think he will lose at least the exchange there. But that's not unclear. Merci Machbes, sovrakan, eli. Šahmatas vapjāgina, viņš kā, tā. Queen f1. Alright, that's what I check. Still, I think queen f3, right? So I'm taking and being up exchange there. Let's see. Yes, there should be only one that he can play. I can't even trade the queens he can take with the rook, and his rook should gonna lose there. Alright, great game. Ասուն, ինչ կա նենց բան չէ, շախմատը սավատի գնեմ, շատ լուրջ բան չէ։ Նույնիսկ շատ եմ բլից խաղում։ Alright, let's play. Almost 100 rating higher than me, so let's see. Can we win or not? It probably is gonna abort the game. As is Heredit is not having really much advantage for this anyway. Let's play another one. Alright, we are really close to be 1600. Let's see, can we win some games there? c6, c5, I don't know. He's sacrificing the pawn, but you know that's Catalan. He's trying to open this bishop just. We have really great advantage on that endgame actually. Okay, castle, and I would like to bring the knight, but somehow e5, knight d5, okay? So we don't need to worry about e5. And probably another knight let's bring and try to pressure the center. Yes, that's really great actually. He played this because, you know, his white squares are a little bit weak. So I'm protecting all this. He's taking on double my pawns and his bishop is just not doing anything. Ախպերս եթե ուզում ես սենց հետո կարանք խաղանք։ Like, this should be aggressive one because his bishop can have really great opportunity here. But I think that some bishop b7 should be okay. Well, I undoubled the pawns. Even b4, but first we need to guard the rook here. So I'm up a pawn, so I can use that as try to create passed pawn here. Okay, some bishop b7, rook is protected, okay? Some a takes b4, I won't blunder the rook. Okay, pawn takes, and some c7, rook c8. Okay, trade one of these pawns and move another one forward. Should be hard for him to guard. Alright, he wants from me to take and some mates from h7, but I think g6. That should be all. Now we need to be sure, because these dark squares are a little bit weak, he won't bring his queen and some mates, okay? h6 will be move for him. Okay, c3 is coming. h6 and somehow queen on. Queen on g7 mate is somehow unstoppable when you have even like 10 pieces. So you need to be sure you are not blundering. Okay, queen. Can queen keep checking or not? I think I can handle this. Okay, sack the knight. I think he can just take at least pawn here, just one pawn. Okay, still I can protect with moving my king on the queen side, so I'm up a piece. Don't forget about that. Can I check? Alright, king e7, and after some rook f3 I can check and rook h8. If not, bishop f1, okay? So that somehow can be really tricky actually. Rook f8. Rook f8, queen check. King back. He can even keep checking and make a draw, but I don't think he wants that. This is coming. Even that won't be made. What if rook check? Okay, I can protect this. I don't need to care about this so much, okay? I didn't expect he was gonna do that. I thought like bishop f1. Can I suck the rook check from h1? Like g4 to not blunder the rook. Watch out for your time. You are right, bro. There is +2 in every move, so I don't care about that too much, but you are absolutely right. You know, that's tricky one. How can I, if I sacrifice king g4 and... Okay, I don't know. Okay, let's take what will happen to see. Our position isn't that bad, you know, we have 2 pieces against his rook, so even I can create fast one. Still everything guarded. I'm wondering some sort of checks, but still is protecting very well. Actually, bishop c6, which I missed. Pawn is still guarded, but I would like to keep it guarded anyway. Alright, he didn't take the pawn on d5 how I expected. You know, that's very tricky, queens are too far from each other. Yes, almost 3 minutes, but my time is very low. You know. Okay, let's keep guarded and see. Can I just keep checking or some, you know, discover checks even? I can't move. Okay, this pawn is gonna lose on e6 and I should be more better. Alright, he hacked the rook. You know, my time is very low, but actually he played really fast. Really fast, tried to time me out. But that didn't happen. There is just why he needed to blunder with 3 minutes on his clock and 30 seconds in my clock, okay? Don't try to win your opponent on time. Check queen back, okay? Just I need to trade the queen set that should be winning there. Nothing is hang, he can't check. Alright, I missed that check, but you know, that's not giving anything. Okay, keep checking, I will defend with all my pieces, okay? How he can check? I think he can't, his checks are over. So queen is coming. My pawns are a little bit bad placed, which is actually disturbing for my bishop to make advantage. I can even just try to take g3 defense with a queen. I can sack the knight, and I think one bishop should be enough to win this game. Queen h3, I think g4. Alright. Why I didn't reach to move that? I bet only some seconds. Alright, who wants to play? Find me on chess.com, send me challenge. Does my time ran so far? I didn't realize that it was so low there, but I had 2 seconds increment. I don't know what happened. Alright, anyway. Oh, some bishop e7 to get out from this pin here. Takes, I'm having great center, d5 is protected. What about I take? Okay, and queen b6. Try to pressure this pawn, his queen side. Even pawn takes. I will take with a pawn, okay? Do not create isolated pawn on d5, and then I will bring the rook. Just pawn files. I need to bring that pieces into the game. Now if bishop back, I will take b2. That's why I think he needs to take. Alright, he isn't doing that. Some rook b1 don't take some pawns from my side of the board. Alright, Safia. Find me on chess.com and send me challenge. We will see. Right, that's the pin. So sound like I could even take the pawn. Alright, can you find me on chess.com? Cypher. Right, that's guarded, so I can even try to work on his weak pawn on d4. Why he missed this? But is that a question? Some checks I thought, but bishop is guarding, okay? So if not trade, probably I will take his light square bishop. Only figure that he needs to keep in his position, that's the queen, queen is so tricky and some even mate threats can be. Take queen g5. Right, even I could trade my queen for 2 rooks, but I think that's... I'm a chess master, can you play with me? Yes, bro, for sure I can. Can you find me on chess.com before I will finish this game? Chess master, candidate master, or some other? Alright, my position is to defend it. Just that's first weaknesses, but I will try trade here. He didn't trade the queens, he will lose his rook. So can he take that bishop even? Oh wait, I thought his knight should be under attack there. Knight c6, okay, rook g4 won't work, okay, so I'm pinning and I can take. Alright bro, can you find me on chess.com from my username? Yes bro, for sure I will play. I will be thankful if you send friend request, okay? So I will find and I will send a challenge, okay? Saifi. Rook check front work, probably check and then h5, try to pressure. Alright, h5 right now. Now this is pressured. Takes. So now how can I prevent from that take? Like I thought f5, but I will lose the bishop. What about bishop g4, rook takes? Came up a figure and actually very much fancier. Actually, I think some bishop g4, f5 or some he will kick. Okay, anyway, let's try to push this queenside pawns. I think my pieces are enough here to protect my kingside. 7-9 and we will be sure we are protecting from these checks, okay? If rook comes and some other. It's probably some rook checks. Saifi, did you find me on chess.com or not? Right, this pawn is going. I will wait until he will check because I don't like to lose a tempo. I will wait, probably I will gonna bring the rook here. I can't say that mouse sleep or not because there wasn't good squares that he could jump actually. Alright, I think that's all. The opponent isn't resigning. Well, okay, so if I'm going to find you. Okay, bro, be on chess.com, I'm gonna send you challenge. Okay, not bad, 800. Not a master, but not bad. Alright, bro, I'm gonna send you challenge. I send, accept, let's play. Not a master. Yes, not a master. Anyway. Christopher Andrew, how much is your rating? Because 800 isn't bad. Not master, but I'm gonna say not bad. That was his maximum, right? I think even he's a new player. So like 6 months. E5, I will go D5. Wait. Alright, that's okay. Watch out for time, he's fast. Alright, he's fast, but that's the question. Is he has some really great calculation or not? Because when you're trying to be fast, you need to actually try to calculate all things, which actually he missed here. Okay, right d4, he could just d3 and trade his pawns. But he's undoubling my weak pawns. His knight is pressured, e5 is coming, and I'm having great center. Please don't forget about likes. I think he can centralize the knight, but only problem that I have that where I need to castle my king. But my position is very active. Just center is mine, the bishop is great. The knight is pressuring the center very well. Actually, queenside, I think, and bring this on a8 probably. Like if short castle g file is open. But why he did that? That was free. I take queen trades. Nothing will be bad. Just I'm isolating his pawns and try to reach endgame there. Can I check and some? Alright, I'm up a figure. I'm gonna force some trade and try to reach endgame, which will be more easier to win this. Just if he has if he has a queen just that's on g5 should be work actually really good here. Knight is jumping and even f5 somehow. Just the only thing that I would like to play just connect the rooks and have this d5. Now from d5 will be actually some rook moves that he would like to jump and make some problems. In these positions, just you need to see all opponents' attacking moves. Okay, can be some forks or no, everything can be. And he did blunder because when his one piece is under attack, just you need to defend it, not try to hang another pieces, okay? He lost his rook. So I'm gonna fight for this d5. Okay, it should be over. Yes, blunder for sure, Christopher. Probably he needed some, don't know, rook d4. Just rook d4. Okay, b4. I think he couldn't even defend, but he could lose exchange there. But he chooses free rook. Alright, no problem. Knight check, try to take this pawn, and then the knight should be pressured. Actually even blocked here, These squares that he can't jump. How can I get second rank there? Thinking here, check. With king f1 only move. So I think that should be made. Yes, the knight is guarding g1 e1 and alright. But let's send him rematch and see if he wants to play or not. No problem, let's play another one. Who wants to play Find Me on chess.com? First and send challenge. I used to be 2200. Now my rating is very, very bad. Thank you, Christopher. Appreciate that. Okay, if I'm taking his bishop is bringing the center, but actually his bishop can be starting from d6, okay? Pawn can't move, bishop can't be activated on his light squares. Some like d4. Okay, he can't take this pawn, I can't take it back, but actually e5 bishop back I could take, okay? He chooses to take d4. But I'm bringing attack and that's very weak pawn actually. So it doesn't need even to keep that guarded because anyway that's gonna drop. The bishop hasn't to take there. Right, which he's not doing. My queen should be active if he takes that. Bishop c4 and castle how fast as I can. Like just some checks you need to be careful because somehow when he's taking opponent, this is guarded. And it's somehow not easy to play. You need to move your king, otherwise they are taking. Can take. And my knight isn't going to lose states. I will be just figured against the pawn. Right? Great one. Let's play one more time. How he could blunder that, how I lost so much elo that I'm playing with 1500s. Well, anyway. Like, knight and c5, c6 actually can be, but c6 is more simple way. I will wait until he will activate the bishop. I will take this pawn and I should be up some temp here. Right, he took, which is great idea. That was great, okay? My bishop is active on that diagonal. So the pawn post is starting from activation. He is helping to remove that pawn, which can be actually a mistake, you know? Position is great, my center is great. He wants trade, yes? Okay, let's not take and lose a move just. We don't need to lose a move for no reason. For that move, just we can bring the rook and try to some attacks in his position. Like takes, I will kick the knight from f3 and that should be more easier to bring the queen there. This won't work, I think knight e2 here. Knight e2, sorry. Bishop h3, I think rook e1 he needs to play. Because if not bishop h3, bishop f3 won't work, so what he needs to play, just sacrifice the rook. No rook e1, bishop h3, bishop back just to guard g2. Otherwise, I'm not seeing anything that he can protect this. Alright, he's doing. If I can go my knight on c3, try to take the bishop, that g2 will be very weak actually. So if it's not just, you know, if you even protect this, my knight will be centralized anyway. So we won't care about that. Bishop e2 will be mistake, you know. Knight c3, queen will be pressured, the bishop will be pressured. And actually queen can defend the bishop. So he needs to run. I should be up a piece that. There's some simple moves that can you make losing that game. And now what I'm trying just fork, he's losing his white square bishop, and his squares are getting very weak. So even bishop f3 try to bring on queen on g2 mate. If not, he takes. That doesn't matter too much, okay? The pawn is actually guarding g2. Okay, that's why that's was so important to have great center. The queen is defending too. I think this fork won't work. Queen h5. Can I try to bring the bishop, force him to take somehow? But he doesn't need to take that. Knight takes bishop f3. Knight back. Okay, I think he will lose a temp here. But can I use that for winning ideas? Knight takes even bishop f5. Okay, that should be more better. Like bishop can't come and get out from this pin. Knight takes. So if not, bishop f3. We will keep that guarding, and I think I will force in like bishop g2. He's in a little bit trouble. Still, I'm not seeing the winning idea. You know, I don't know. Probably I needed to bring the rook. That bishop is doing great job on his position. So if I bring rook on h6, that could be much harder. Right? Why he blundered that? Why my opponent couldn't calculate in 1 minute just 3 moves? Needed to add 3 moves. Right, he lost a piece. Queen f1, let's trade and we are up a piece. Alright. Should be easy endgame. Let's see, if not rook d1, I will play c5, okay? Because, you know, some pawn to d5 and some even just pawn I don't like to create for him. Rook d5, c5 here. Just try to take that pawn and break through his position. Hello, Fares Nasser. How are you? That's you changed your picture, yes? You're keeping changing very much actually. Really funny. I'm forcing him to take or not. If I'm taking, he's taking the rook and mate. So what about some c4 and try to make this pawn queen here? Alright, for sure I can't take, but he's taking for no reason. Alright, he's down a piece. He didn't need to make some trades there. H5 just H5 is a aggressive move, you know, H6 isn't giving you anything. To call 18C, but what it means? No problem, I will call you like that. But why? What it means? Check, I will take H2, I will lose A5. Alright, let's try to take this pawn and win this. The last name of my username. AHC. Alright, I will do that. Let's check and push this pawn, okay? That's a check he can't take. It should be dead lost for him. I'm slowly pushing this forward. Just king can join a little bit hard here. Bishop a2. Rook a1 and should be GG. One square away from queening. He isn't resigning, we can't guess why. Alright, thank you. And finally we are 1600 rating. We were very much actually than 16, but anyway, try to get some high rating here. Bring my rating back. C, do you want to play? Who wants to play? He's pressuring here just e5. I don't like e5 because I'm weakening these slight squares here. You know, in my turn I'm having dark squares very well. Actually, some simple trades in positions like that should be more easier, more complicated to play. So let's see. Takes knight take. Yes, he's gonna take c3. Even pawn takes to open the bishop won't be bad. Actually, as black, I would do that. Knight takes, I will take with a pawn to kick the bishop back because still my bishops are really cool pieces on that king side. So I will hit here. Even h6 I can suck probably. Don't know. If I'm sacrificing. You can take and then fork and take the rook. Actually, rook e8 I think will save his position. Okay, tricky one here. You can even not to take and take c3, but take knight c3, bishop g7 and try to another mate threat from h8. But actually rook e8, I'm checking his king is going center, which that should be protected from very much pieces. Let's care about that, okay? You want some take and not some pins will be. Hello, Vegas World Champion. Everything is good. What about you? My opponent is a little bit time troubled here. But let's see. Alright, okay, even rook e8, I put some bishop h7 for sure. I didn't see. F5, why he's defending so well? Can I make a draw? Some pawn pushes or bring the knight. If knight g5 I can mate. Rook g8 won't work, I will mate from h6. Queen e7 offers straight here, actually. He wants to play. I don't know, let's make a draw here. Just if I hit one dark core bishop, which I sacrificed, I protected, could be actually winning. No problem. Who wants to play? Send me challenge. French Sicilian will be here. Review. Alright, I started. Next one I will do that. I think that could be a mistake if I sack the bishop, I don't know. Actually interesting one. Is to bring bishop back, if not bishop e6, just I don't recommend. Knight and queen can pressure very much. The bishop on c5 actually should be great. On takes, just if I can, I will kick his bishop back. No, that's a little bit disturbing bishop. Some preventing rook e8 because for this pin. Anyway, let's see. Takes and then e5. Why he missed that? Probably he forgot that's not a pin or some rook e1. Actually, some traps are going to happen. Okay, but his bishop is staying. Even this one will be trade here if he wants. But he's down a central pawn which didn't need to lose. He takes. I'm wondering some bishop d6 and some mates even. Is that awesome. Alright, if he didn't take, if he doesn't take just bishop d6 on mates, did I plan for anything? Alright, why queen e5 just, if I'm moving the queen then this is a hang. The bishop h3, try to bring it back somehow. Okay, and rook here, I think c4 he will defend, okay. Queen f3 can be great fun. Red bishop is sank. Rook is coming on d5, okay. d5 and I would like to have that on second rank. I'm not gonna trade anything. But can I protect? Okay, he got some trade here and actually he's doing a great job. Here, 97. I'm afraid even if I prevent from this trade, he can take my piece 3, okay? Okay, rook d8 is coming, so I would like to not let him bring his rook from the d5. Takes, knight takes. But if I'm not taking f5 is open, should be great for me. If he takes, he will have some troubles. Alright, why he did that? He's up a piece he wants to trade, just I understand that, but that's a very risky one that actually opening these very great files for me. Okay, I'm coming back for this game. F2 is pressured. I think rook f1, but not the best square for him. Actually, queen g3, he will trade his queen with two rooks, okay? Not the best square for his rook. Can I, like, queen e2, but queen g3? Take. But I would like to bring the rook some h5, probably. Now I can't even move the rook. Okay, let's force his queen to go back. Not even knight d1, just f2 is pressured. Okay, I think that's not even hang. If I take with the rook, just I will get back from that back rank. If like queen h5. I don't like to go back. If I'm going back, I will lose pawns one by one, and you know this some figures are actually disturbing me. Okay, all this still closed, he can't mate. These three squares are closed, and h6 is coming if he tries some big queenside pawns here. You know, he needs to be sure he's protecting all that very well. My queen can be tricky. I take, mate will come. But what about rook takes? Yeah, rook takes from d8. Great one actually, double sacrifice for rook here. Is he gonna take the rook or not? Yes, that should be only one that's still keeping protected, but I think his attack isn't over in my position. If I took that, I would get mater. Wait, I don't know, my time is so low here. I'm gonna lose the rook. Even he's in a little bit time pressure, so he's a little bit slower. Can we try to win him on time? Still not the worst position, still I'm defending. Queen f8. But even e8 he could play. Queen g6 mate. Well, even f7. Alright. Who wants to play Send Me Challenge? No, still I'm gonna play another one. You know the best one because I plundered one piece for no reason, absolute no reason. That's why. Okay, let's bring the knights, the bishops. The tricky one, but I think that's looks like rob opening. What is he playing? Let's damage this structure. Then I think bishop from here, you know. I couldn't activate the bishop g2, he will take there. He would take and I don't know. Alright, let's bring the knight and try to centralize. If not, his bishop will be pressured. I am up upon his pawn structure is very bad. I can't take a g4, just I will take his bishop. You know, not bad move from him, I'm gonna say. Just when you are sacrificing one of your double pawns, that's not bad. Actually, I'm gonna take the bishop. Yes, he can check for king f1, but still that's opening. Still my pieces are defending all this. Right, he could take. We're gonna trade it anyway. Queenside castle is coming. Okay, we are up 2 pawns. Yes, my pawns aren't that strong. Anyway, up 2 pawns. Effort to just block his bishop from c1 where I can castle. Okay, from c2 is trying fork. Queen e4 even, I don't know, can I kick my queen from c2? It's a little bit risky one, but in my turn actually I'm keeping this rook under attack there. Rook back, castle, okay? If a3 then castle. Okay, let's prevent all that threats and even king b1 here should be great actually to get out from this thing. Why he did that? If I'm taking, my knight is going to be lose on e2. The rook is guarded, everything guarded. I think knight g3, just these rooks will be both be protected from each other. How can you protect this rook? Absolutely, he can take, okay? Alright, even that can outthink, but why? Okay, the knight was blocking that rook from c2. That was the problem. Can he sack the rook and take a2 or not? We can't guess that will be helpful or not. Now queen takes, queen a2, king c1, he can take f4. My king can't move. Rook d2 will be only one, he can get it back. If pawn takes, he will take a2 and then mate from c2. I think he's thinking some sort of sacrifices. If not, a3 can I kick the knight and pressure the rook? So you know the rook isn't guarded. Only the knight is guarding here. I think he needs to sacrifice anyway. All these squares are close for the rook. The knight is protecting a3 just. That's all. Well, his time is going lower. I'm still up a pawn, but no, can be some tricks in my position. That's even if he takes, just therefore can be loose and some other. I don't know, I'm a little bit afraid to play this. I think knight back and sack the bishop. Yes, there should be some sacrifices. Well, he's doing. I think that should be his only move because I said all these were defended. Hello, Ritesh. I think I'm remembering your name right. How are you, brother? Check double the rooks. I'm up 3 points material. Not that bad, okay? Let's be sure we defending this pawn. But for sure I would like to just double the rooks some checks and have this c5. Alright, I'm happy I'm right. Do you want to play Ritesh? I can't bring my knight forward. Do you watch AVC 26? I didn't watch, I'm gonna say, but I would like to watch. Probably I will see that. Knight h5 and see. Is knight c4 threat or not? Okay, that d4 isn't pressured, so we can move one of my rooks here. Okay, almost no one here today. I think all people gonna forge that. AVC, okay? AVC now is on live. Okay, Ritesh, next one I will play. Hey, tricky. My pawns are very forward, but if he trades, the 7 can be tricky one. With 3 he will fork. This is closed. How can I open this? From coaching. You are coach? What are you doing? What are you coaching? We can't trade the knights because knight back I will mate from c7. Alright, why you missed that? Alright, bro. Just okay. Okay, Ritesh, where are you? Okay, next one I will play with you, okay? Finally we get this 1600. Provided very higher, but now that's my new top here. I'm slowly going forward. Very slowly, I'm gonna say. Bishop jump takes. D4 should be protected, right? He's taking. Okay, my D4 is a very huge pressure. Okay, so 1 minute. Well, his bishop is still closed here. I'm sending you a challenge, but you are already playing with someone. Yes, bro, next one, how I said, I will play with you, okay? Ritesh, if you are not in a hurry. Alright, can we trade castle and some? Even e6 now, I can play just for open this f5. That's probably why he played e6, okay? By himself. I would like to push this pawn. Knight c5 can be great square, but he can kick. There should be no reason for play this. The queen is coming and even pawn on f5 try to sacrifice a piece even. Or even bring the rook from f4. Bishop g5 h6. I do not just let's try to create this pawn chain, so that will be hard actually for him to attack on my pieces. This is gonna hang. Bishop bring, just b2 will be hang. And then the knight should be hang, okay? We need to defend this even c3 just. If he try to pressure here, like knight f5 actually, could be the best one. I would like some c4 and open the center. And before a4 I'm trying to do and destroy queen side. And he's taking, you know, c file is going to be open. There is no reason from him to do that. Can I send a rotate king? But I know I will lose from you. I don't know. Is there any reason you sent rotate or not? Okay. All right, Ritesh, thank you for that. Let's send him rematch. He disconnected. Okay, bro, accept rematch. I lost him once. Okay, why not? Let's play. I'm not remembering how playing against this Vienna. Knight c6, he's taking he's losing a fork. That's like mistake from 400 rated players. They are doing that mistake too much. In these positions, I would like to play c4 bishop and bring the rook actually. You know, pressure piece f7. Let's see, he's taking d4 is going to bishop back. He's losing at hand. His pawn is gonna lose anyway. So I'm gonna have really great center if he does that. I was preparing some d4, but I realized that after he will take the knight, actually that d4 will gonna lose, okay? I can't even sacrifice knight g5 or not. I don't know. You know, I'm sacrificing the bishop and knight g5 when even d3 worked there. They are taking with a queen. Crazy one actually, but somehow they are doing takes. I will lose the queen and almost mate. Wait a minute. Okay, even king f8. That looks like mate, which no bishop g5. Tricky one, but actually not happening in this position. Okay, d4 right now. Could I sack the bishop and take e5? Oh, probably I could. I should be up a pawn, but this king can't escape from there. Alright, not a huge problem. So I'm gonna castle and, you know, he needed to bring his kingside or queenside activity. So he could castle there. Could castle and his position won't be so pressured. I'm trying to bring all my pieces into the game there. Can I suck? Just don't let him castle. Alright, king takes, knight g5 check, he can't take. I'm gonna take his bishop. Great idea, actually. I wanted to just prevent him from castling, but you see? And destroying his position without losing even a piece here. So knight 6. Okay, he took that. I'm a little bit confused why he took that, but alright, that bishop he could use as defender for his position. He can't take, he will lose the queen. But actually he's losing the knight anyway. You know he can't protect. That's why I'm saying be sure you're not blundering anything before opponent moves. You know knight c6 could protect, but because knight e7, that knight is gonna lose. It's gonna lose, he can't castle. I don't know, terrible one he has. King takes it, king takes, I will take the queen with a queen. But I realized knight takes and that f5 won't be mine. At which piece I need to eat, I don't know. Could even take the queen, but anyway, I'm wondering some sort of checkmates from f8. Alright, let's thank him very much. Is there anyone else who wants to play or not? Wanna play next? Alright, bro. Next one we will play. Let's end this faster and I will play, okay? If you are not in a hurry. Let's take on c5 if he tries to damage my pawn structure. Hello, Brain Boost. How are you, bro? c5, he will take this pressure. Wait, c5 can be a great move actually. I will remove that from his position. Simply lagging. Yes, stream is a little bit lagging because for this stream I opened 4 apps. Microphone, OBS, YouTube and Google, sorry. Yes, YouTube and Google and chess.com, I mean. When we are saying about programs. That's why that's a little bit lagging. Soul too. Well, Brain Boost, I see you back. I didn't notice even that point, but that's not changing anything. Take the knight. Okay, this pawn just I can go c5 here. Thank you, Brain Boost. Bishop back d4 and try to take e5. But even queen g5 just... Okay, my all pieces almost are doing great job on that king side. So I can pressure that from g2 or some other. Let's see. Bishop back even b4. Alright, he's keep pressuring this, but if I were red, probably another knight on f3 should be great. He isn't playing that, I don't know why. Just, you know, his plans are so slow. He's taking, he's losing the bishop. He's not taking, I think, check and some c3 move. Wasn't g4 pawn push trapping bishop of yours? g4 is unprotected. So if he goes g4, I will take. But if I even don't take, bishop e4 should be possible. And if I see that he's trying to trap the bishop, I will trade that with the knight, okay? Whole a go. Whole a go. Okay, bishop e4, f3. Alright, actually he's doing, right? Great vision. I missed it. Thank you, Soul, too. Well, I missed that idea. Yes, I'm a little bit in a hurry. Just I was trying queen g5 and some other now that can be uh, like c5 and some c3 move or not. He can't take still. No brain boost. No, that's okay. He's saying right. Queen check, bishop c3, queen back. That's not changing anything. Still he can't take. Okay, that's so unclear position. I'm trying some before c3 to block his bishop, which won't do anything in this position. Just from c1 that will control so much squares, but like that one he will close the queen and the rooks. But actually in this position that's not attacking anything. Okay, he can take. Let's take by ourselves, why not? So queen come and pressure this pawn on e5. Even castle bring the rook. Let's see. Very much plans that can happen in this position. Just castle and some bishop g4. That's that should be very long pin here. So I will try to destroy his king side. Even check. My rook is active. I don't like to trade, so castle is coming, okay? His rook isn't doing anything. e7, he takes, queen takes. Utilising? What it means, brother? I have no idea what that word means. Probably you were write it by accident or not. Right, let's castle and bishop g4. He wants some trade, but because I don't like, just bishop takes and my king will appear on that f8. If not bishop, just I'm trying to keep my rook here. Here she will take. Can I go just d4 for closing the center? Southern pawn pushes there can work. He's up a pawn, but my d4 pawn can change everything. Let's try to use that. Bishop e4 just because I'm pressuring g2, that's why I'm playing e4. Otherwise I will play g4. Some queen g5 I would like to play. He hasn't bishops, okay? So his position isn't very well defended. Those bishops are doing crazy defend for a position like this. I think that should be first inaccuracy from him that he played. He's letting me to destroy this position. Queen on f8. I think that's right time to kick his rook from a8. Take the horse. Yes, brain boost, I did that. Some like rook trades or let's say rook f8, try to take f2. The queen f8. Maybe try will take this one, okay? That's a pin if you pressure this, that can be hard for me actually. Even probably queen a5 or, try to pressure the bishop. Take queen at f2. Alright, I brought the queen for pressure piece, and let's see that if I pawn weren't, I could suck and take his rook here. He can't take the bishop because I can't take it back, that will be made. Okay, so the rook is 13, but actually he blundered mate into. Actually great he played, but I'm gonna say that he lost because for this time pressure. Otherwise his position should be greater. He could come for queen h6 and take your bishop. Okay, Mr. Edit, send me. Queen h6. What is that? Where? Oh, his idea failed. Yes, idea failed for sure. Thank you, Ritesh, for the game. I want to play. Okay, I'm waiting for challenge. Still I haven't. Rainbows, Mr. Edit, where are you? Alright, I got. Let's try Vina Gambit against him. Where's my elo from this game? From that game? 1200, I think. That was a really great game from you. Just I think the time pressure that disturbed you from perfect game, I'm gonna say. 1700, probably you said a little bit more than I expected. Okay, probably he can analyze. Ritesh, if you can analyze, please analyze and we will see, okay? That's right. How much is that? 1200 or 17? Okay, let's force him to take and open this G file F5. Even rook takes, just rook G3 will be faster. Still I can't jump the queen, but I'm wondering. 1750? Without time. What do you mean without time? Okay, tonight was so bad for me. Finally he blundered. Queen back, bishop f6 will protect g7, okay? Without time, what do you mean without time? Okay, you know when you are attacking and that's not giving you anything, opponent is gonna kick your piece and you should be in a trouble because you are losing a tempo. Don't do that. Takes, bishop takes. If bishop takes, that's I think can be lost for him. Can we second from h7 mate? Yes, so actually your calculation is greater. Just something even I didn't see just. You saw that before 4 or 5 moves ago. 8-1. Let's play another one. I'm gonna play with one games with anyone. And then we will play second ones, okay, for you? Thank you, Mr. Edit. Great game. Just, you need to see all that one moves ahead, you know? You're bringing your pieces in a way that squares that I'm taking. You need to be sure you're not blundering. Alright, I think that's important reason you are losing a little bit more than you need to do. Bishop e3, queen b6. Takes. Sicilian defense. Yes, bro. Sicilian, my favorite. I think I'm gonna take the pawn from here. Knight c6. Bishop takes. Okay, so his f will be pressured. His knight will be pressured. No, I'm not saying any like b2 was saying. Oh boy, hello brother. Alright, that should be great move. That's why I thought there, because the knight on c2, why I didn't need to play queen b6, but now I realize why I didn't need to play that. Anyway, London System and Caro-Kann is my favorite one. Yes, actually very relaxing openings, not that aggressive. Yes, great openings. My opponent could play c3 just to not move his knight twice. They can take my queen, will keep defended. Some d5 to open the bishop from these trades, okay? But no, I think castle should be the right idea before all this. Okay, before I will take, his rook should be guarded, okay? Can I get these trades? But because his queen will be active, don't like that too much. If I take only with the bishop, don't let queen jump on d4. He will take the knight on f6 and will open my position there. Okay, let's simple just bishop back. Just I will have great center if he trade the knights. If not, he can just simply go back. Or even d5. Yes, yeah, I'm forcing him trade because he hasn't really played protection for that, but actually before just put me lose. Can I suck anything? Very risky move, but I'm gonna do that. You know, because the knight is pinned, that e4 can hardly defend it. So he takes his knight pressure for his pressure. If I take e4, that should be very much attacking his knight. Probably when he can't get out from there. I would like to take with a bishop, but we know why it can't happen. Some sort of rated players, like when you're up from their house and rating, they are just afraid to take. Johnny's son of hello brother. That was blunder. I don't know, just Mikhail does say there are two types of brilliance. The right one and mine. I won't play that with 1200 rated players, so I don't know, we can't guess what will happen. We can't take if war is protected. D5 he takes. Right, let's see. Pawn push, knight d4. Queen d2, rook d1. Queen d2. But why rook d1? Is rook d1 doing anything or not? Still, I'm gonna say just he could castle because that's the thing. Needs to get out like bishop d2, I take. No, tricky one. Try to get out from that pins how fast as you can. That could be tricky. Actually, now I'm trying to bring very much attacking that. And even pawn takes some sacrifice. Now if I discard the queen, I will take with all this from him. Alright, already not a great response because that's allowing my knight to jump on f3. He could probably simply take and even f3 won't be bad, believe me. Knight can stay, bishop d2. Thank you, bro, that's Bro, I got 6 out of 6 in chess because of you in school. Really? In my streams, I didn't know my streams are so helpful. Thank you, bro. Okay, see my opponent blundered tonight. So to see, that's actually very tricky when there are very much pieces here. How was your result before my streams? Uh, 3 days, right? Alright, now we are up 2 pawns. Because he could simply defend. I didn't see anything that I could take from his position after bishop d2, but anyway. You helped me analyze my blunders. Ah, yes. What results did you get before playing with me before, without knowing that mistake that you are doing? Alright, there is some vision, there is some pieces from him that actually disturbing from him to activate my pieces. For example, my left square bishop is closed. So f6 and even make my bishop on this diagonal, which will hit on that rook, okay? Tonight the rook should be dead pinning square star. That's why he's not taking, but actually he's letting me to get my rook on that second rank. G2 is gonna lose. First, great one, Poco. French defense, I think I recommend it to you. Alright, who wants to play? He wants very much, but I think he will wait until I will play a person who I didn't play. Alright, me, Magnus. Let's play with him. Me, Magnus from Norway. Great one, yes? It looks like Scandinavian defense as white pieces. Knight f6, d5, and okay, now I can go d5, but after knight c3, then e5, he will force my knight to go back, which I don't like. And some bishop g4 because he can defend with 3 other pieces. I don't think I need to bishop g4. Thank you, bro. Nice or beautiful or great or like, I don't know. Alright, I'm smiling. How you say it? Okay, why knight h3? Some f4 or no? I don't know. Why h3? Because that's not doing. If he tries some knight f4, that won't be bad. But if he didn't just h3, that's not doing anything. Should be blunted from him because creating has left it on for him. So I'm taking just if I take b2. Still he can take d5, his rook is saying. Knight b2 only move that will protect. I'm just losing a piece here. His rook is trouble. e3 is very, very weak, and I think after 2 or 3 moves I'm gonna take that. Knight g4 and pressure, okay? Well, he lost a2 too. Men aren't beautiful. Ah yes, men are handsome, okay? Yes, men can be handsome, but when we are thinking about smile that can be beautiful, if my English is good. g4 and pressure a3. Okay, e5 1-4. Actually, he can just try to damage my pawn structure, but actually, if I bring my white square bishop on his king side after this trade, that can be crazy difficult for him to get out from that. And you know, he's really great attacking player, but when we are speaking about defense, he's not that much great here. No, he's not seeing that I'm trying to pressure his position. Actually, see, he's trying to break his pieces for active squares, probably double. Alright. I can't go back, I can take the rook. I will take the bishop, I will remove his bishop, which is actually, I think, one of the great pieces in his position. Yes, like both of us. You are right, man. c3 takes check. Okay, tricky one. He's taking, I'm check and take the rook from c3. He can't go back. Moving his pieces and his rook is gonna lose here. Alright, really tricky move actually. Alright. Coco, do you want to play next? Or who else wants? You know what? I have two rooks against two knights, okay? If the knights are on offense, that's somehow being really tricky. Knight here, I will check and take the knight. Don't do that. If I were right, probably if we are not gonna think about resign. I would like to just... Okay, the position is a little bit guarded. Just try to bring my knight forward and pressure. Some like forking ideas even can be. But still that's unclear. Okay, bro, but why? Rook d1, 90%. Poco font circle. Yes, but what Poco means? When you choose this that name, bro. Is that for your phone or some other reason? In this position, don't hurry to take the queen back because actually I have queen here. Okay, doesn't matter, knight e2 isn't doing anything for this. Mate into. Alright, great game. Actually not bad middle game, but end game was terrible. Well, who else wants to play? So, who do you want? So that's my tablet name. It's PocoPad 5G. Alright, got it. Probably you, all of you like that Poco fonts, okay? No, so Satan, your name is Poco. Probably you are gonna like that. Dealt good for someone who is just 600 or so. It's actually some 600 rated players which aren't playing cool, but we can't say about him. Even 500. Alright, he needs just to work on his endgames and defense. Just see his opening is great. Okay, a little bit not active as white pieces, but anyway, I like his style. And bishop g4, e4 coming, just try to win this and take some of their pieces. Here he will take g4 back. g4 f3 I will go back. And the idea should be that his pawns will be a little bit weaker than right now. Yes, actually we are creating positions which are not easy to play. So You know that who would gonna guess that his knight is gonna trap on g5? But see, that's not easy for calculation. I'm Ritesh, 14 years old. Alright, Ritesh. What about you, Soul? Takes and then the knight. Can you understand this move or not? Probably it was trying trick, you know, knight back, I will lose the rook. e4 won't work. f5, f4 will be aggressive one, but I'm gonna try that because, you know, only his queen is active. So with only one queen, he can't do anything. And we don't need to care about my kingside protection. Some rook g1 can be actually tricky. Let's prevent from that rook g1. Okay, see, just simple traits that you need to actually don't let your opponent do that. Knight e2 is made. Now if I take the pawn or bring the rook, that should be more slow to play. But we can't say about knight e2. I think he needs to sacrifice the rook or rook e1 check, so f1 will be free. No, no, tricky one. Tricky position. Alright, I thought he will be not seated. Anyway. Twenties. Alright, Ritesh, I think that was accident. I called you Poco. Okay, you are like 1 year older than me, right? I am 18, but I will become 19 in November. It takes a little bit slow, just bishop e6 is closing central pawn, which he didn't need to do that. Alright, Ritesh. When is it? I thought you 20 years old. Yes, you almost 20. Got it. When in your country, and where are you from? When in your country starting to go army? Just you know, I didn't go because my eyes are so bad. Just after 2 years, that will say am I going on 21 or not. Takes no bishop takes and even some H key. What it means? I think he's going to take knight and then d4, which won't be bad actually. Hong Kong. Got it. You should have a really great army, but are you going on 18 in your country or not? Like army. If I can defend this opponent, I don't need that. You know, some moves that I can defend after all that. So before won't work, this pawn is weak actually. d3 to block his bishop and knight d4 or even... Okay, 7 is pressured. If he didn't protect, we will see. Probably I'm gonna centralize my pieces. Oh, hello, Fiji. How are you, brother? I'm gonna bring my least active piece, which is Tarugan. That will mean all my pieces will be really great positions there. Like bishop back everything guarded. Twice? What twice means? I don't know what that word means. Let's let him time to translate that. Okay, the knight is doing actually great job. So I will kick the knight and take e7, okay? I am? Really? I don't know, Ritash. K5 is a great move actually. Okay, we haven't time increment. Really bad, we need to play very much play moves here. He could take the bishop, even the knight. I thought there is time increment. Sure, that weren't. He can't take, or he can. Just, his rook will be loose, but he's attacking on my queen like that. Can I trade the queens? Right. Why my time is so low, just why I did that. I thought there is increment. Forgot he's sending me challenge, not I am. I need to play super fast. Without that I can't have anything. Bishop d4, okay, I thought that. Take that. I think that I'm gonna make you queen or I'm gonna lose. Rook d8, c6. Okay, that should be winning for me even with down or rook, but don't know. How can my time be so low? Just 1.2. Oh, let's do this pre-moves. See what can we get from here. I think rook check from d1 will be and for my pre-moves won't work. Ah, alright, what I expected. Alright, not bad. I thought there weren't increment. I didn't remember that. Anyway, if I had probably 5 seconds and second, that shouldn't be like that happened. If I were even 40, I would like your return. Don't worry. I'm about 20. Say before you explain. Alright, Eric Kowai. Yes, you are right because I'm wasting so much time like that. I thought there is increment if there's weren't probably I were gonna win that just one or two moves ahead from queening. Right, knight g5 idea to take the bishop. Right, he played very great game in that last game, but actually when he did that, why he's not taking really much questions. Alright, we're up a piece. Let's trade here. Thank you, Ritesh. I think he can defend this. Oh, that he's not even defending. Pin? Where is Pin, Eric? Ah, yes, that should be a pin if he takes. Take pawn push, okay? Even I could pin from before. But let's see. He can't get out from here, he's gonna lose his second piece. Thank you, Ritash. He meant knight and rook pin. Knight and rook pin. Oh, right, which I did. Okay, great vision. Can't even. Alright, that weren't what I expected. Your stream manager. Yes. I would like to have managers like you. Should be mate in 3. Alright. Even GG could be possible, I thought h4. Anyway, mate from f2. Alright, GG. Who wants to play? Is there anyone else who wants to play or not? Well, I will play new one, and who wants to play send challenge, okay? $1,666 his rating. Not the best numbers, but anyway. Why is this a little bit lagging today, a little bit more? Alright, so got it. Well, Rikesh is right, don't forget about likes. Even like, I don't know, bishop d3 too. Just d3 because that's opening this diagonal for attacking his king side f4. e5 won't be possible. Oh, still he's defending very well. How can I break through? My knight is active on that c3, but that's not doing anything. That's why I'm trying to bring in e4 or f4. Okay, that's just, I'm saying that's working on king side. This pawn won't gonna lose after knight move, probably on b4. This knight b4 try to even take the bishop, which actually can be really great piece in that middle game. So rook e1. Alright, so that should be enough. Thank you for that likes. I think like some e5 sacrifice, bring it back. I don't know, I have some ideas. e5 and pin, okay? Okay, we can't pin. He will take with a check and his queen will be not in a pinned position. 5 takes. The only queen h1 will protect his queen if takes here. If I'm trading, the knight takes, that will be guarded. If not, I could take h7 and then the knight. Nice. Okay. Knight g5 check, queen h5. Alright, that's all that I wanted to play in a really long time actually. Take knight g5. He takes, doesn't take, doesn't matter, so queen h5 is coming and probably from h7 mate. Otherwise, I will can't do anything. Yes, great one. Even rook back, I am checking mate anyway. So if bishop e7, well, probably should get out from. Alright, Ritesh, thank you. That's because from internet, my internet isn't the best one. That's why. Think back, I will trade, but he has 3 pieces against my queen, and it can be even a little bit worse for me, if not better. Let's pressure the knight and have enough time to blink the rook. And knight c6 or some rook e8 and even have this c5. King g7 to not plunder the knight on f6. Okay, can I sacrifice? Alright, let's sack the queen because we are taking 1 rook and 2 pieces from his position and we are up exchange. It should be second. Okay, first or fourth sacrifice, I'm gonna say. It should be very pity if I don't win that. Okay, I brought king 8 and try to take this queenside pawn should be better one, but actually... Okay, I take, I'm getting back checkmate. I could even take a6. He's having enough time to defend, but... You know, that's not for sure. Just only the knight aren't enough for defend all this position. Great sacrifice. I'm gonna analyze that probably after the stream. Probably you were gonna see that on my short videos. Yes, but even before this I got this time pressure. I'm wasting so much time, I don't know why. Okay, he was 1 move ahead from mate from c1, okay? That's why I didn't take the rook. King takes f3 won't work, I'm taking with a check. I don't know, in this middle game, this computer is lagging so much, like my brain. But in last seconds, I think we need to do some pre-moves to not blunder on time. Very pity. Finally, I have 8 seconds from 1 second. But with down the rook. Alert the name? Really? You know, elders, we are saying like elder than probably 20 years. But I think I'm not so much elders that you can't call me in yours, in my name, okay? Alright, I think I got him. He can take before pawn because I will push a6 there. Okay, finally, I think with four brilliance and 1 blunder, I am finishing this game. Alright, I like my queen. I have 18 seconds, I am not in a time pressure. But great game was. Alright, not queen there. I think that's one piece stalemate. So that's one thing that I don't know. Okay, my opponent disconnected. We know the reason. I'm going to have some reload here. Help around with name. I got it. Sorry, Minimagnus, not 1 minute game. Yes, but I'm not Uncle Andronic. Just Andronic, that's okay. Okay, Minimagnus has really great future. Just in whole stream, he wants rapid blitz and bullet. Yours used have your timing through 3 moves. You used have your time. Yes, actually, that was really tricky moves when I needed to calculate like 8 or 10 moves to not blunder anything. That's right, Eric. Alright, bro. Go to study. Have a great lessons. Like, e5 won't work, okay? d5 is coming. d5 knight back to pressure e5. That's opening that he didn't play with me. Is he trying some tricks? Okay, knight b5 even can be possible. I try to prevent from that from some ideas from c7, okay? Because he goes, my rook will be hang on a8. I go once you hit 22 likes. Let's see how much likes I have. How many likes? Could have pin maybe. I don't know. Yes, that will be pin. While ago, not. No. No. I don't know. Okay, Eric, I think we have just 3 hours. 3 more hours to get 22 likes. 6 more like to 22. Yes. 6 more. d5 he takes. microphone is so bad today. Yes, that's not the best one actually, but that was the worst one that it could be okay. Probably depends a little bit from weather. I don't know. Very risky move from me. He could go c4, I don't know. Could I some checks and get out from there or not? But anyway. When here he will take and then the knight. I can't take. Okay, that should be our extended position for him. c4, rook c8 takes, discover check and take something. The rook c8 right away, that c4 won't work. Because for pin he can't take. Knight is protected. Not really bad position that it literally great opening. I will. Okay, my time is running at 3+0, which I forgot about this. Let's try to be faster. I will see after to stream this game. Actually, tricky one he played there. Okay, let's try trade and defend everything here. I have 26 seconds again. His 2 minutes. Don't know why. If we have increment and I don't forget that I'm not gonna lose some time, that should be better one. So see, he's doing really great moves, but actually when he's in a little bit hurry, he's playing too fast. That's why he's not getting time trouble. Bishop can't move. Can I bring the knight into the game or something? Okay, why is he blundering so much but he's winning? He's playing. Alright, finally with 2 seconds I won this game. And let's play another one. Eric, do you want to play? Try to get anything one more time. Let's play something. When my YouTube channel grow, I will continue to do some streams on that Twitch, okay? Discord, I haven't. Alright, let's castle C, just check, but all these pieces are more than That's timing of stream. I'm streaming every day and almost same timing, but today I started a little bit later. Just I'm gonna say I'm gonna say after probably 17 hours I'm gonna new stream there. I can't say the time because that's depends from the country. Okay, after 17 hours I'm gonna make new one. Probably. Not 17, like 18. Right. Have a great day. That should be my last game today. Thank you for joining channel. This idea I would like to bring up there and don't let him do that. Can't take his queen is hang. Some t3 to attack on the bishop. That was double pawn. We didn't need to care about that too much. He could take, but he didn't. Let's sacrifice Baruch for that pawn push, okay? Maybe 6 is coming. Pressure the knight and pick another rook on c8. I think he has to take, which he's doing. Okay, he's gonna take that very easily. I think I will take b5. Or pawn takes. Pawn takes will weaken my position a little bit. But I shouldn't be the best one because he could take this c2 pawn, which now he can't. Have a decrement, don't forget about that. Why he's so fast? He's blundering too much, but because he's so fast, I'm having trouble for my time here. I'm a figure, but I'm gonna lose. I'm not a queen and figure, but I'm gonna lose. That's not logical. Oh, finally, thank you, God. Alright, who wants to play? Follow my channel. Every day I'm doing streams, and for today that's all. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for that, games.